I can see a couple of reasons why an owner-operator would appreciate this boat. The Schaefer 660, obviously from Brazil. Look how lonely I look down here. There's space for 4 more people. First point, master cabin. It's separated from the rest of the accommodation by your own private entrance. Then the accommodation, you've got 3 double cabins, day head and then a private head for the VIP forward. So it's pretty good for 6 guests and your own separated master accommodation. And the drivability or the operation of this boat is possible for a solo operator. That's a separate video. So if you are interested at the end of this tour, keep watching. I'll link to that and then you can come along for a test drive. My name's Dan Jones. You're watching Dan's Boat Life and welcome to Brazil. Right there. It's beautiful. We've been cruising around a place called Florianopolis. It is an absolute paradise and we're really enjoying ourselves. So I hope you do too. This is the tour. This is the Schaefer 660, obviously from Brazil. So let's get cracking and we'll make our way straight into one of the reasons why I believe this might appeal to an owner-operator. So you come straight down these stairs, then you got a little doorway here, and you're into your own full beam master facing aft. So check out these windows either side. We've got linen up on the bulkhead here, a nice thick bulkhead, so that's what takes us through to the guest accommodation, which we can't reach from here. And then over on the starboard side, we've got this cool little makeup thing for the ladies, so check that out. And then that goes like so you can actually sit in bed and do whatever you ladies do. So that's quite handy. And then you've got drawers down either side, so and then you've also got hanging just in here and the light pops on when you need to use it. Bedside table, air conditioning control, lights, reading lights, which also have USB for charging your phones should you need. Then as you make your way around, the bed is wrapped in real leather. So it's quite comfortable. As you walk around, if you bump it with your legs, it doesn't hurt because it's padded. And if you need to store covers or luggage, well, that's the place to do it. So we've got some cushions in there at the moment. It's quite deep and it's the full width of the bed. So unlike some boats that have a fuel tank underneath the bed in this location, the fuel tank is aft in the engine bay on this one. So over here on the port side, we have shelves instead of hanging, as you can see. The timber works quite nice, and you have a few options on these Schaefer yachts, so you don't have to have this finish, but I think the different textures that they've used on this particular model is quite bougie. Let me know what you think. Got the safe in there, a couple of big drawers, air conditioning's pumping out of the vents just above that there, and then we go aft, but before we get there, we have a big TV camouflaged inside this mirror. So it's a full standing mirror before you go out to see everyone for the day, but it's also a TV camouflaged in there. Then you have probably the nicest head on the boat. So we've got views, blind can pop down there, give yourself some privacy. We do have air conditioning in here to keep this area nice and fresh. Towel hooks, storage all the way under here, behind there. Everything opens all the way around there, so you're not wasting any space. And then quite a large shower cubicle. So you've got your rain head shower here, place for your soaps there, and a big shower door. I think this is glass. I think that's real glass, that one. And a nice finish here, a bit of a gloss material and a timber flooring just there. European style freshwater flush toilet. Very cool. Let's keep this moving. So this is why I think that this particular layout's going to appeal to some of you owner-operators. You can get into the wiring just there, and you've also got control panel just there, so you can check on everything as you would being an owner-operator. All right, get into the saloon. It's quite a hot day today. So we've got the air conditioning pumping, but I can feel the hot air wafting through. The galley is a U-shaped wraparound, and we've got this splashback here that serves a functional purpose because we've got a pop-up TV just behind. So that's going to angle, huge big flat screen TV. So everyone sitting over there or lounging over there is going to be able to watch this TV in comfort. The galley itself has been quite nicely finished. You've got coffee machine storage in there, all your glassware, everything is Schaefer logo or branded, and that theme continues. Where did I see it? So one of these ones. We've got all the cutlery, again, Schaefer branded, and the same thing goes for the plates, which were in one of these ones. I think it might have been under here. There it was. I knew it was somewhere. Very nice, nice touches. I like it when they go to the extra mile, that sort of thing. So we've got a 4-burner, looks like a 4-burner electric cooktop, and you've got the gimbal things here to stop your pots and pans rolling away. Got some sort of oven, I guess. I don't know much about that, so I'm not going to pretend. And then overhead storage just there, which is good for pantry storage. Quite a decent fridge. Normal fridge, actually. It looks bigger than it is because it's got this little stainless steel function here to open the fridge, so there is a little bit of a gap in between, so it's surrounded in this stylish thingamajiggy, and your freezer is just under there. So a normal house fridge freezer. So come on, let's keep moving our way through the saloon, and then we're going to go back straight out onto the deck, and we'll do the accommodation a little bit later. So slightly different as to what I would normally do. You can fold this over and use this as a grab handle in a seaway. We've got plenty of storage below these seats just here. So if longer term items could go underneath here. Safety gear, if you need it, I'd suggest that might do better up on the flybridge. And the seats themselves, soft foam. You could have a nap on this. This is quite comfy. I reckon that one might be better for napping because the angle, yeah, much better. You got heaps of space here, lots of depth on the seat, and an angle on this cushion here. Nice view, can communicate with everyone, including whoever's at the helm. That's kind of nice. So we've got a Bose sound speaker just up there. We've actually got these super cool, I have to cut to a shot of this, electric blinds, which are operated by that remote control just there next to the air conditioning control. And you can drop them down on port and starboard and give yourself some privacy. And then forward of those, we have this very nice electric window. We have the same thing next to the helm. So if you want to talk to someone on the deck or wave to your friends, it's kind of handy. Let's have a quick look at the helm, and then we'll make our way around the decks. So it does feel like you're in the cockpit of an aeroplane on this particular helm because you're underneath the glass here, so your views forward are quite expansive. You do have a bit of a loss of visibility from this pillar. That's going to be the same thing on all boats of this style. You see that pretty regularly. The seat itself is electrified, so you can electrically move it forward, up, down, and this backrest on an angle as well. And then this seat is adjustable here. So I do think you favour the seated position from this helm station. If you want to stand and drive, you're probably going to do that from the flybridge. But I've got access to my IPS joystick just there, my electronic throttles just there, my trim tabs are operated there, engine on-off controls just here. All my other boat systems, as you can see, this particular boat, that's all in Portuguese because we are in Brazil. Twin GPS, you could possibly go a little bit bigger than what we have there. We've got the Volvo diagnostics in the middle, air conditioning on either side. I like the brown leather, which goes across the entire dash, so that's going to keep any reflections from bouncing back in your face. So that's going to be a little bit easier to operate. Put some phones either side here and here, drink holders there and there, stereo just here. That's 240 and 12 volt USB, and the control for this window if you need to use it next to the helm. So super neat. If you want to go into more detail about how she drives, that's the other video. Air conditioning wafting out, got a little glove box just forward there, and we'll just keep moving. Nice little setup here. That's a good use of the space. Could put remote controls, games, toys, that sort of thing. We've got the wine cooler just in there. Nice touch. Looks cool, surrounded in the timber. And then we've got a nice little area here. I can imagine people doing exactly what's been done right here. Make it a little bit of a feature piece. I also see this area as a nice place to store laptops and phones and that sort of thing. And then you've got more storage in these drawers just here, which currently got our bags in them. And genset operation, stereo, etc. in there. Okay, so let's keep it moving. We'll make our way around the decks and then we're going to go up onto the flybridge. So this is your drinks fridge, quite deep. So it's the whole size of this thing here with a slightly smaller opening. That's probably going to keep the temperature down inside the fridge itself. Single sink, that looks like a cold water only, and this is a bin, and the bin is, you can get rid of the bin by opening this door just here. Overhead, we got quite a nice leather finish. This either looks like leatherette or real leather, I'm not too sure, but it's complemented with these overhead mood lights, which are tucked in behind. So that's going to create a nice feel of an evening. And then you do have the down lights over this massive marble table. So this is cool. This is definitely going to be awesome for your alfresco dining setup. You can have a few people here and then some director's chairs forward, which you'd probably stow in the crew quarters, which we'll have a look at in a second. And if you haven't noticed already, we got wings on this boat, so it really does open up the space. You're adding another meter, maybe a smidgen more than that, beam to either side. So when you have these down, just remember to put these poles in. They actually store in here. So the poles just store there when not in use, and then the ropes just clip on either side. So it's not too complicated, but you can deploy these electrically, open the space up. It's super, super usable. So don't forget that. I think that's an important sort of feature on this boat. Going forward, this grab handle is quite useful, but right now we're going to go aft and I'm going to show you this swim platform, which really is quite epic. So you come down a couple of stairs there, you've got shore power and a swim shower there as well on the port side. Bunch of lights, and you've got this barbecue area here. So that's an electric barbie. This is a Corian bench just here and your sink. And then by pressing this button, how cool is that? So that's going to be really, really popular in our part of the world. So I like the look at that. Completes the transom when it's done. And then you can also, we don't have a tender garage, but we have this. It's quite deep, so it's great for fenders, but I do also see this being well utilized for deflated sup boards, maybe those foam things that everyone wants to float on. Might be a good place for that. The tender deployment is going to be from the platform here. So you can have some chocks here and there, and then you can do a decent sized tender, because this has definitely got to be 1, 2, 3, look, 5 meters, 5 meter beam out here. So you're going to get a decent sized tender. When this is in the water, you've got a steps or a little step ladder that deploys. So that's kind of handy. So come on up the starboard side, got some blue mood lights here, the kid and doggy door there. We've got the winch on either side, operated by the foot pedal, and we have 2 diesel tanks on this one, 1,300 litres on either side, giving us a total of 2,600. And then you can't miss the wing station, just on starboard on this boat. Everything you need, anchor operation, and then your fire buoy system as well. So let's go forward. We've got the drains just there. I would say when you are going up this side, make sure you hang on to this grab handle and then this one, because you don't have anything to grab onto on this side. So if you're dodgy on your feet, just remember that and you'll be fine. You've got a cleat just there, rope protector there. This is access. So if you need to board on a fixed dock, that's what that's for. Makes life a little bit easier. Coming on forward, and this is a whole nother hangout zone up here. It's quite bougie, and we've got the option to use it throughout the day with all this shade here. So you just have to put in the 4 poles. They've got their own storage place, and then you put up the mesh shade here. We've got the forward facing seats, which is going to be enough for the whole party if you want to come hang out here. Another marble table, looks the same as the one down the back of the boat, a little bit smaller, and this will move forward and it goes up and down. So it does have that amount of adjustment. And then when you're in the sunbaking mode, this will actually come up. It's got some supports. I'm just doing it for the speed and efficiency on about that angle. So that's quite cool. And also pay attention to these straps. I think this is quite sensible. So stop these things flying away when you go fast. This is quite a quick boat because we've got some big motors on this one, twin 900 horsepowers. So don't forget about that. We've got a little sink here, and on the same place on the other side, we got an esky. So no need to go aft for your drinks. We actually have a little storage space on either side for our covers. So once you pull the covers off the seats, you can actually just fold them up and put them in there. Got the cool little courtesy lights, speakers, so it's a full-on party zone up here. But I'm going to just quickly show you the anchoring setup. We've anchored the boat a number of times today. You got the fair leads here for the ropes if picking up a mooring, double rope protectors there to protect the paint job, decent cleats, single bow roller, we've got the safety, quick anchor windlass, and we've also can put the rope on top and double access into the chain locker. The actual chain itself is held in its own bin right in the middle. Okay, so we've got waist out. You can also operate the anchor from up here on the bow, but we did it from both helms. So you can do it from the flybridge or the lower helm, so it's not a problem. Come on down the port side, much the same of what we saw on the starboard. So the cabin is not offset, it's center lined. Remember to hold on just there. And now I think it's time to check out the flybridge. Okay, so up these stairs, you've got a few areas to hold on to, so it's pretty safe in terms of transiting for older people, and you can close this door if you're in a seaway and you don't want anyone falling down there, so don't worry about that. Come on out the back here and we'll just check out this extra amount of space. So back in the day, a lot of flybridges used to end somewhere about here, and I guess the advantage was you did have better visibility from the upper helm, but these days with modern technology, wing stations like we have and aft-facing cameras, we can actually extend that real estate out here and utilize it for more fun things, like hanging out on the sun lounge right here. Boom, boom. Okay, let's check this one, which faces this direction, or if you want to face the other direction, you can just come over here. This works on both sides, but I'm just using this one, and be a bit more social doing this. And after you've cooked yourself in the sun for a little bit too long, you can actually just use this shower right here and cool off and get straight back to baking, and with no actual need to go downstairs and jump in the ocean. So they've thought of all that. It's very, very cool. This area up here, U-shaped, as you can see, marble inserts, timber or teak surrounds. That's quite heavy. Great place for an alfresco dining situation. Look at this view. This is why you buy a flybridge motor yacht, to have extra real estate, to have zones where large groups can move around the boat, go downstairs, inside into the air conditioning, aft to stay out of the sun, enjoy the big table, or come up here in the tropical breeze and enjoy yourself. Wow, these are heavy. Okay, drink holders on either side. So all these seats actually have storage underneath them, so they're on hinges, and see how we got the safety gear up here. I think life jackets, they're lightweight, they're not too heavy. I'd put them up here, and you probably are going to be driving up here a lot of the time, so perhaps it's a sensible place to have them. The roof itself has got some nice lining, and again, it's got the mood lights and the down lights, and this particular roof is not opening. You can option it with an electrically openable roof, but this one does not have it. So just to explain that. We got the mini bar, bit more of a maxi bar actually, this one. So we've got the sink just here. This is esky, this one. And then we've got the hot coals, that looks electric just there. And that's the ice maker just in here. You can hear that. Oh, it's got ice in there right now. So that's pretty cool. So close that up. That table was fixed. I don't think I mentioned that before. Then you've got another little lounging area here. Storage also underneath these seats, which is nicely connected to the rest of the boat. So you can have 4 people here hanging out, communicating with the driver. Possibly a good place to come and sit on passage, or sit like this and have your feet up and enjoy that. So that's probably the concept behind that. Got a couple of drink holders just there. And then the fly bridge itself, I'm actually just going to put this bolster up. The views are epic. You're center mounted on this seat, so you possibly could have a friend on either side. And then once you've taken command from up here, you have a repeater of all the controls that we had downstairs. So I've got the IPS joystick there, Fireboy, trim tabs operated from just there, the Volvo diagnostics. I've got my throttles just here, twin screens. That's the main Volvo diagnostics display. That's the anchor operation just there. These are lights, and I can't remember what that is because it's in Portuguese. Stereo control just here. Single drink holder, possibly could do with another one, I guess, but I would utilize this if necessary if I was up here with a couple of people requiring a beverage. USB twins just there for charging. That's all fairly stock standard, pretty good. And nice teak finish up here on the flybridge. So I think now it's time to go down and have a look at the guest accommodation. And then after that, what we'll do is have a look at the crew quarters, which I think some of you might turn into possibly a storage, tool room, or toy garage. So you'll have to let me know what you think about that. Okay, accommodation. 6 people, 2 guest cabins, VIP forward. So this is probably the primary guest cabin. So we've got currently set up in twin singles, but there is facility for those cushions that we saw underneath the master to go in the middle here and create one big bed. So we've got blinds, windows, air conditioning pumping just here, lots of headroom. I'm 5'7", I've got inches and inches above my head, so you're not feeling claustrophobic. And the textures are really nice. We've got this leatherette, I think, timber, and this definitely is real leather, and there's some cushioning behind that. The reading lights, I've got the electric blinds control, air conditioning, charging, phone storage in the middle. It's all quite nice. TV just there, and extra headroom when I make my way up this one little stair here, and that's your storage. So that's all shelves just there, but we've also got a door through here. So you have a look, you've got day head access, but it also has private access from this cabin only into this toilet. So this toilet's shared with the other guest cabin, but look how huge that is. You've got a massive shower stall with rain head shower, big mirrors, lots of storage, decent toilet and basin there, everything you need. So that's all pretty cool. Now this guest cabin on the port side, it's kind of a mirror image, but without the toilet. So everything we saw in that cabin is replicated. We still have a TV. Do they have shelves? Yeah, same again. We got shelves just like the other one. So no hanging storage that I can see, and everything else here is the same. So then we make our way forward, soft textures on the side, so much headroom. I'm only just touching the roof there with my outstretched arm, and then we're into the VIP. So this cabin, you've got loads of headroom, heaps of space, windows on either side, storage running forward and aft for his and her, big bed head. You can definitely sit up in bed there. You've got an escape hatch, natural ventilation if required as well. Charging on either side. You've got this ledge behind here, which is a good place for storing bits and pieces. But in here, oh, I better show you the cupboards. On either side, you got this one here, and on the other side, it is actually hanging storage on the other side. And on starboard, you have a TV, but that's your private head. Huge big shower. I really do like these circular shower cubicles because it's making a great use of the available space. And I'm going to get in this one to give you some perspective. Look how lonely I look down here. There's space for 4 more people. So that's a great design. I think that's good, spinning around like that rather than taking up all the space with a box structure, which would be your other option. You've got storage behind both of these, and obviously they double as the mirrors, and there is blinds behind here for privacy. That will open, but we have air conditioning wafting in here as well. Freshwater flush toilet, more storage underneath there. Really is a great head compartment. I do like that. It doesn't end. So if you're spending some extended times aboard, you've got a washer dryer. How cool's that? Good location and also centrally mounted. I like that. Under the stairs, tucked away and away from the master cabin. Cool little coffee table. I didn't really point that out, but I think it's a nice design feature, kind of funky. So now it's time to come and check out the crew quarters, which, so for some of you guys who might be doing your owner operator, not worrying about crewing a vessel, you may have another usage for this cabin. So let me know what you think. And Marley, I may have to grab the camera off you and take it down so you can then join me. The steps are quite steep, so just factor that in, but the space is pretty impressive. So come on down with me. So a few stairs, but then we've got this two really decent singles. So this one, I'll give the camera to you, Marley, is actually 1.5, and then that's probably a standard size single. We got the TV there, and then you have a combined head and shower unit in here with this Perspex door to close it off. So obviously no privacy if you're in here with someone else, but you just wouldn't do that, obviously. But, you know, that's everything you need for a crew quarters. And we have access into the engine room through this watertight door here. So come on in. She's hot. We're just gonna have to suck it up because it's a hot day today. Actually, I might even open that. Oh, can't do it from here. So, genset, centerline mounted, power distribution up on the bulkhead. My refrigeration just over here. 2 tanks, one on either side. Pay attention to the fact that I've got standing headroom in here and the insulation is quite thick. And look at all the lighting. You know, if you're coming down here to do some work, apart from the heat, which you can resolve by just opening some hatches and letting it vent, which I haven't done, it's really functional. You know, so 1,300 litres on that side, 1,300 litres on that side. We've got our fuel filters, our fireboy system. This is your alternate access in and out of the engine bay. And then you've got oodles of space back here for the drive. So actually, I'll get out of the way. You just pop the camera down there and let everyone have a look at the hydraulics for the platform, the drives. So lots and lots of space, well lit, and decent amount of access. So I think from here, we make our way back up on deck and wrap this video for you guys. I think there's about 12 batteries on this boat. So they're dotted around in these battery boxes, from genset batteries to engine crank batteries in the house. Quite a few, as you'd expect. She's a big boat, 60 feet. So come on up. Whew, that is so much nicer in the fresh air. Pass me that camera and I'll let you move on up, Marley. And I think we have a thunderstorm coming. It's going to be nice. Let's go up the front, give you guys a bit of a view while we wrap this video. So, Schaefer 660, Schaefer Yachts from Brazil. I think if you're an owner-operator, you are going to get some value out of this boat because it is of a size that you can still manage if you've got a little bit of experience, and it's having that master cabin with its own private access is definitely going to be of interest to many people, I think, because you can spend an extended amount of time. Everyone else goes forward, you go aft, and you can retire to your own little private space. So I suspect that's going to be of great value to many of you. And then having all these multiple zones around the boat to entertain, forward, up, aft, and inside, also gives you all the options that you need for an extended stay on the water. So I'm going to wrap it here in beautiful Brazil. I hope you like this place. If you have a chance, get over here. It's absolutely stunning. Florianopolis is a little bit of a boating paradise. It really is that good. Don't forget to support the channel. Don't forget to support the Patreon if you have the ability to. If you like the boat, we're going for a drive right now. We're going to go through all the systems on the boat. So if you're really serious, click on the link coming up on the screen right now, and I'll see you in the next video.